I've had a long day. You can hear the monster. There is a monster at my feet. She is crawling here up. Yeah, and she just needs to sit. She wants to say hi to you so badly. Thank you so much for your support of my channel. And if you'd like to see more videos, be sure and check me out on Patreon. And if you'd like quick readings, be sure and check me out on Whimsy, and also for longer readings on tarotwithwhimsy.com. Well, hello, you beautiful, gorgeous, wonderful, fantastic people who were kind enough to be understanding about the fact that I have a new packet of Invisalign. And along with that new packet of Invisalign, my teeth have been cleaned again. So, for that reason, I could not have possibly made it here by 4. I couldn't make it here by 5 either. And actually, I had to change an appointment with a patient. So, I am here now. So, I'm a little tired, but I'm going to get through everything because I have had a long day. You can hear the monster. There is a monster at my feet. She is crawling here up. Yeah, and she just needs to sit. She wants to say hi to you so badly. And that monster, of course, is Mila, and she is here as well. Okay, so, through the years, I've been here 3.5 years, and I just want you to know I'm going to be here for many years to come. So, don't worry. We have good days, we have bad days. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but so please don't throw them. Thank you. All right, so let's talk. Okay, so the first thing I want to do today, other than to thank you all for being here and supporting this great channel, and if you could like and subscribe, that would be awesome. So I want to just first off say that I've got some of the questions that people sent me, so I'm going to go through those as what I can. And I'm also going to just briefly tell you about the remote views the last couple of days. It's been really cool to look at the cards and also to look at the remote views and how they're interconnected in terms of the economy. In terms of the fact that the cards that are coming up are very stable towards the fall. We're getting a lot of cards as we move. I don't know what's happening astrologically, but we have a split in the road energetically. It's like we live in a multiverse, and human beings have free choice, which is why the Torah really, and most cultures, shun future tellers, because the not because it's from the devil or anything like that, but because people take this stuff too seriously, and then they begin to believe that the future is etched in stone, and then they give up their power to whatever that prediction was. And so that's really the harm of it. But what it feels to me energetically is that we're at a fork in the road, and the fork in the road is Putin and what he will do. And that has to be decided sometime around September. We know he has a surgery scheduled. We know he wants to have a recoup time, and we know he wants to go, I think it's by October, to the G20. So if he continues to threaten Finland. Now, when I did a remote view before that, I saw Sweden coming in, and I saw jets. And when I looked at the jets, they were Sweden. That was 6 weeks. Was that 6 weeks ago? 2 months ago? Can anyone tell me? That was a remote view when I was doing HCRV. I was sitting and meditating, and I did a long form HCRV. So it wasn't something that I particularly expected to see jets coming at me, Sweden. And it had something to do with threatening behavior by Russia and the fact that they were entering airspace, and I believe they had either nuclear capacity. I don't think they were carrying, but the planes themselves, were they carrying? I don't know. I've heard mixed comments about it, but that doesn't Sweden is not going to put up with that. And so that's what that was. And so that's the reaction. And so it goes back to what I have said in the past. What you fear will chase you. And so for Putin, what he feared was NATO, and now NATO is at his door. The very thing that he feared has come to his door. And that is where we find ourselves. So in terms of predictions, we have either he will do something erratic, violent, bomb. The biggest fear right now in Europe, I can tell you energetically, he has these small nuclear bombs, but the truth be told, they're worried that he's going to bomb the nuclear facility and set off a dirty bomb. That is the biggest fear right now, is his being within the proximity of that nuclear power plant, having access to it, having control over it. He lost Chernobyl, but the large nuclear power plant, or even being within striking distance, I think is probably the number one fear right now. And so that is the fork. That is the worst case scenario for Europe. And the best, so that is the shock and fear that people were feeling a lot in the last couple weeks. And then the hope and the prayer, of course, is that he will be controlled and contained. What's interesting is all the documentation that's currently happening about war crimes and the amount of information that people are able to acquire to investigate these crimes is pretty remarkable. But I'm going to go ahead and predict that most likely the economy will stabilize. I think that we're going to see maybe 0.5 point in June, another 0.5 point Fed increase probably around September, and could be another up to a full point by January, so that they get to that 3-point goal that they have. But the good news is the job market looks like it slows down but stabilizes by this fall, excuse me, as well. All right, let's go ahead. We'll do the impasse prayer, and I'll do a quick check for everybody. Excuse me. All right, I want to call on white light protection for myself and this community as we ask permission from Spirit to access the Akashic records. We call on our spirit guides and good angels to be with us. Give us the clarity and wisdom that is needed to empower all of us on our journeys to make the best decisions for ourselves, our families, excuse me, the planet, the people we love, but also to help those that we may have strife with. And together we say, Amen. Something's making me, I think it's her. It's okay. All right, LC wants to know about the future of Elon Musk bringing back Twitter. Let's take a look. People are not happy about it. It's because he wants to be open to doing business deals and possibly collaborations with certain people, including Trump. And he's open to a collab with Trump in the future, and that was why. It's basically what the Akashic records are saying. So basically, Elon Musk is hoping that by opening up Twitter to pretty much any businessman who wants to spend money and promote whatever, it will ultimately be a good business decision by Elon Musk. So it's something here about entering into a partnership so that they have a potential business endeavor. This is not to say that he likes Trump or doesn't like Trump. It was just a business decision. There was a grief felt about this partnership, and it's presented as a lover's card. So lovers would indicate that they hope to possibly work together. However, I see charges against Trump and him possibly facing prison charges. He could go to prison. In fact, prison is over Donald Trump energetically at this time, and so for that reason, I wouldn't be too worried about Donald Trump. Sorry. So the battle is lost. Also, he gets so much heat, he could try and sell off Twitter because I don't know if this is necessarily going to be the best investment for him. There was something else I wanted to say about this. Heartbreak and grief. Oh, yes, that's what I wanted to say. Thank you, Spirit. The FCC, the feds. It is, you can have free speech. Free speech is fine, but you cannot commit cyber harassment. That's going to be the conclusion here. So you cannot hire a company. Say you are a rich person and you decide that you don't like your competition. So you decide to hire some Russian bots. Anybody can hire Russian bots, and PR firms hire them now. So you can just hire them to attack your competition, hire an ex-wife, hire them to attack an ex-wife, ex-husband, somebody who you think did you wrong in business. It can become like revenge porn. So what happens is that you get trolls. And so this looks like the FCC and the feds are going to go after people who hire these. It's going to become illegal to hire them, basically, because you have the Queen of Swords coming in over these dalliances. And so that's going to make these places a lot safer. So yes, you can like whoever you like or dislike whoever you like, but it is illegal to harass people and hire professional harassers. There's an honest way to work out our differences that's legal, that's federally sanctioned. But in terms of the future of Twitter, the future of Facebook, and these other companies, we see something really positive coming, the 10 of Cups over social media. And it's simply that when these companies that are hired to harass are forced out because of the changing of the laws, it becomes a much safer place where we can go back to enjoying normal relationships, cat videos, and stuff like that. Okay, so this question is coming from Yvette. She wants to know about Sheldon Whitehouse. Let's look about the future of Sheldon Whitehouse. Okay, let's do it. Maybe he'll run for president. That would be cool. He's got the last name Whitehouse. Wouldn't it be funny if he became the president? President Whitehouse is in the White House today. It'd be funny. All right, the future of Sheldon Whitehouse. Oh dear. He's very strong. He builds strong bills. He is strong, and so he produces things that are strong. And the lesson here from Sheldon Whitehouse is that when you are somebody who has a strong foundation, you're grounded in reality. You just have that strong. He's a very strong force. He comes in with the strength card, but his ability, the lighting is a little off, I apologize. But also to get bills done. So my bills would be the Four of Wands, the new beginning, the bills, the structure, the four walls. He builds the structure. He's strong. There's some confusion over future agreement. There's going to be another fight in seeing the feed. Congress, again, about approving the money. You can see it's almost like they get hit right before the elections with a bunch of crazy schizoid soup from bots, etc. The moon's going to hit them pretty soon. Good news is that it's going to go through, and we have a good budget ahead for us, the next budget, and it looks like they're going to pass a lot of stuff for the environment. They're going to push a lot of environmental stuff through prior to midterms, which I think is a really good idea. You can see it right here with the Seven of Pentacles, which is my environmental card. And the clarification here for the reading is business in Washington is not the same as more and more people are held accountable. Yeah, also people are being gagged and NDAs are being pulled so that NDAs are no longer, if somebody signed an NDA, you know, if somebody who is in a position of power makes somebody like a former employee, lover, husband, wife, whatever, sign saying you can't say I did ABC, that's going to go out the window, because this is all about people who were gagged testifying, the gagged. This is like an NDA. And then you have the feds here. Here's the feds. I feel, I can't say it strongly enough, like I see Donald Trump in jail. It could be that what happened in New York is because there's a heads up of a prosecution coming down or something. I don't know what I'm seeing, but something is going down in the future with Trump, and it's in, yeah, there it is. I'll show it to you. Here, the Queen of Swords, the Justice Queen. There could be formal charges coming very soon. Interesting. That I didn't expect that. Okay, so. All right, Jeffrey wants to know about Roe v. Wade and how it's going to impact the midterm. So, don't we all? It's very scary what's going on with that, isn't it? The whole being hijacked by the Supreme Court. Okay, let's see here. The gift that keeps on giving, the Republican Party, right? They keep giving us, and they keep screwing up the gerrymandering. It's a fight. It's a fight to the whatever. Now, here's the thing that the Republicans have to think about. If you're a Republican strategist, if you give people what they want, why vote for you in the future? You gave us pro-choice, so what's going to get us to give you any more money now? Because you've given us what we wanted. You gave us overthrowing Roe v. Wade. And so what happens is they no longer have a platform to raise money. And that's something they have to seriously think about and are thinking about. Maybe we can just cut this thing a little bit, or just tease it a little bit and terrorize them so that they feel like we're actually doing something. But we really don't want to do too much, because if we totally take out Roe v. Wade, then there's no incentive to go to the polls after that, if you're a Republican, right? And at that point, but there is an incentive for Democrats. You see the issue? So you have this bloody fight. And of course, you have the woman's power card. Also, if you are reading for someone who is LGBTQ, if they're in a marriage with a same-sex female partner who identifies also as female, you'll get a card like this, which is a hand fast. Some people have said that this was supposed to be a hand fasting when it was originally painted. So you have the high priestess, and she's marrying the couple. But, 1920s, they kind of, good friends, right? But anyway, so it's a power card. It's a female marriage card. And it's a card that comes in connected with this struggle of Roe v. Wade. And we have this underhanded law, money, justice, and payment, which is why I feel like, well, wait a minute, if we give the peasants everything they wanted, why are they going to vote for us in midterms? You have to think like a strategist. And so you have this Ace of Cups coming from Spirit. So it's almost like there may be strategists who don't believe in any of this stuff. They just want to win. That could, from within the Republican Party, as crazy as it sounds, sabotage this whole Roe v. Wade fiasco, because they need something to barter with during midterms. Yeah. All right, so that is all I have for you. I don't want to take up too much of your time because you've asked me to keep it short and sweet. All right, thank you so much for your support. If you need a quick reading, you can go to Wizio. I pre-record them. I think they cost like $20. If you'd like a longer reading, you can go to tarotwithwhimsy.com, and that information